Hey friends, welcome back to Grand Adventure. I'm your host, Mark Guido. In this week, we are in the beautiful Hocking Hills area of central Ohio. We're gonna spend our week here getting out and exploring these beautiful rolling hills, getting out and hiking to some of the caves, waterfalls, and other natural features in this area. So stay tuned. Hocking Hills is a deeply dissected area of the Allegheny Plateau in central Ohio, southeast of Columbus, that features cliffs, gorges, rock shelters, and waterfalls, many of which are contained within the various units of Hocking Hills State Park. This relatively extreme topography in this area is due to the Blackhand Sandstone, a particular formation that is thick, hard, and weather resistant, and so forms high cliffs and narrow, deep gorges hidden amongst heavily forested, low, rolling hills. Few of the region's natural wonders can be seen from the road, but most only require a short hike to access. Unlike most state parks, all state parks in Ohio are free of admission fees. We're beginning our exploration of the Hocking Hills at what's arguably its most popular attraction, Old Man's Cave, which is also home to a sprawling visitor center that opened in 2019. All of the major trail systems in the state park are configured as a one-way loop. The full loop through Old Man's Cave that we're doing today is 1.5 miles long. For those more accustomed to hiking through more adventuresome terrain in the West, the numerous warning signs and prohibitions here seem like overkill to us. The trail here primarily follows a narrow gorge containing Old Man's Creek, and begins here at what's known as Upper Falls. More than 330 million years ago, the Hocking Hills State Park area was relatively level and was covered by the waters of the Atlantic Ocean. For millions of years, the ocean's currents deposited immense amounts of sand and gravel. Over millions of years, the ocean receded and the sandy layers bonded with silica to form the Blackhand Sandstone that underlies the area. It formed like a sandwich, with a hard top and bottom and a soft middle layer. When the Wisconsin Glacier began melting back to the north about 10,000 years ago, the glacial torrents found cracks in the hard capstone, and the water poured through to flush out the soft middle layer. This left long tunnels where these gorges are today. Eventually, the weight of the tops caused them to come crashing down. In just a few centuries, the rushing waters of the glacier carved the soft middle layer of sandstone into the myriad dimples and wrinkles that decorate the cliffs and grottos today. This unique feature in the stream bed is known as Devil's Bathtub. Erosion is constantly widening Devil's Bathtub today. Most of the caves in this region are actually recess caves, also referred to as alcoves. Old Man's Cave is named for Hermit Richard Rowe, who lived in this large alcove. His family moved to the Ohio River Valley around 1796 from the Cumberland Mountains of Tennessee to establish a trading post. Rowe lived out his life in this area and is buried beneath the edge of the cave. Just a few miles from Old Man's Cave is another unit of Hocking Hills State Park known as Cedar Falls. The trail here is only a half-mile long, but is relatively strenuous with numerous steps to descend into the gorge and climb back out, featuring not only the waterfall but also bridges and unique rock formations. Nearby, the 80-foot Ash Cave Fire Tower was constructed in 1934 and is situated only a tenth of a mile off Ohio Route 374. Aerial surveillance of firefighters by aircraft began in the 1940s, and Ohio's fire towers were slowly phased out. The last tower was closed in 1978. Visitors can climb the stairs of the tower at their own risk. With steep staircases and an open structure, however, doing so is not for the faint of heart or those with a fear of heights. Next up on our list is Ash Cave, just downhill from the fire tower and connected by a trail from Old Man's Cave that's 3 miles each way. Unlike the other trails here, the trail to Ash Cave is paved and ADA compliant, lined by stately hemlocks, massive beech trees, and various other hardwoods. It's only approximately a half-mile long in total, and like the others in the state park, is intended to be followed as a one-way loop, although the upper return trail along the rim of the gorge is not wheelchair accessible. Hikers may also continue on to Cedar Falls, 2.3 miles away. The horseshoe-shaped Ash Cave is the largest, most impressive recessed cave in Ohio, measuring 700 feet from end to end, 100 feet deep from the rear cave wall to its front edge, with the rim rising 90 feet above the ground. It's named for the huge pile of ashes found under the shelter by early settlers. A test excavation of the ashes in 1877 revealed sticks, arrows, stalks of coarse grasses, animal bones, bits of pottery, flints, and corn cobs. At one end of the alcove, a seasonal waterfall plummets from the rim into a plunge pool below, most likely to run in the spring, winter, and autumn. Unbeknownst to us, we saved our favorite Hocking Hills hike for last. Rock House is unique in the Hocking Hills region, as it is the only true cave in the park. The Rock House Loop Trail is about 1 mile long, but includes a long, strenuous, steep stretch to return to the rim atop the cliffs. Here's another of their silly local rules. I don't ever remember a place where off-trail hiking is actually against the law. Rock House is a tunnel-like corridor situated midway up a 150-foot cliff of blackhand sandstone. The main corridor is 200 feet long and 20 to 30 feet wide, with a ceiling 25 feet high. Water leaking through a horizontal joint running parallel to the cliff face caused the hollowing of the corridor. Following early use by Native Americans for baking and water collection, robbers, horse thieves, murderers, and even bootleggers later earned Rock House its reputation as Robber's Roost. Rock House has long been a popular tourist attraction. In 1835, Colonel F.F. Rempel of Logan erected a 16-room hotel, where the picnic shelter is here today, complete with a ballroom, livery stable, and a U.S. post office. Numerous dated carvings in the rock bear evidence of this area's long-standing popularity. Hocking Hills Campground has 156 electric sites, 47 of which are full hookup, and 13 dry camping sites. Reservations are required and walk-ups are prohibited. Each site has a paved pad and can accommodate up to a 50-foot unit. Facilities include flush toilets, laundry, a dump station and camp store, and a swimming pool for registered campers. However, we were surprised to find most sites packed as closely together as they are in a typical RV park, and not what we've come to expect in a state park campground. Instead, we're staying about 10 miles away at the Campbell Cove RV Resort and Campground, along the shores of Lake Logan. There's 60 full hookup sites are available either tucked in a tall pine forest or out here in the open for satellite access like we need. Our back-in site here costs $65 midweek and $75 on weekends. Amenities at Campbell Cove include a swimming hole with beach and catch and release fishing, and a sizable playground and jump pad for the kids. If you use campground showers, the individual bathhouses are first class. You'll also find on-site kayak rentals on Lake Logan, an arcade, camp store, and worm burner park golf, which is something new to us. Think of something between a par 3 course and mini golf. The 10 sites at Campbell Cove are lakeshore on Lake Logan. Much of the remaining Lake Logan shoreline is part of Lake Logan State Park. The 400-acre lake was created in 1955 with the construction of the Lake Logan Dam adjacent to our campground on Clear Fork Creek, a tributary of the Hocking River. The lake is open for both swimming and boating with motors up to a 10 horsepower limit. Game fish are stocked by the State Division of Wildlife. Visitors will find a 527-foot public swimming beach located on the north shore, only about a half mile from our campground. There are also 3 marked trails, 6 facilities for picnicking, and 2 boat launch ramps, with a marina that offers boats for rent. So we truly hope that you've enjoyed visiting the Hocking Hills area of Central Ohio with us. Coming up next week, we're going to be heading for the area surrounding Beckley, West Virginia, exploring the Appalachian Mountains and the New River Gorge. So if you're not yet a Grand Adventurer, this is the time. Go smash that little red subscribe button right down there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. And ring that notification bell to be sure that you never miss a Grand Adventure that we premiere every Wednesday evening. We'd be honored if you shared the channel with your friends, family, and on social media. Understand it is extremely important to us that if you like this episode, please be sure to give us a big thumbs up down below. And while you're down below, you're going to find the comment section, and we always love to hear from you after each Grand Adventure. So until next week, from West Virginia, please remember, life is nothing but a grand adventure. We'll see you then.